Okay, so here we are for our weekly love reading. I wanted to do a chakra reading, chakra based or chakra deck reading. I feel like I've done that recently, but I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, we're doing it today. And so many things to say, and now I'm like, oh, what do I say? Welcome to your weekly love reading. This is going to be on YouTube. This stood out to me. I never used this deck. I picked it up off the shelf at the last minute. It's these cards on top. And this speaks to that reading I did the other day about the broken heart, the Three of Swords. There's your solar plexus. And it says, eternal sunshine, I awake. Soul lesson, clarity, the solar plexus. And I like that because it does speak to pain, eternal sunshine, finding happiness again. I awake. I awaken to clarity. I awaken to my own power. I awaken to my inner sunshine, my eternal sunshine, the infinite light within me. So there's that, and just like peeking out. So it is people awakening, like truly starting to open their eyes. So give people time. Like I was saying yesterday, things take time. Give people time. I just want to pull a couple cards here from the Shaman's Dream just to like get us started, because I feel this like plant medicine energy coming through as we end the year. Sag season. Maybe Sages were notorious drug users. Yeah. We're notorious substance users, okay? But that's why for me, I've always just chose to pick the right substances. Yeah, I'm in my nightgown. Pick the right substances, okay? And help heal the part of us that is addicted, to things, to substance, to clinging to something outside of us. And how perhaps the human desire to ingest, take in some type of conscious altering substance in and of itself is not a bad thing. That desire is not bad, and it is in us. It is in us. So if we completely deny the desire to shift consciousness through substances, it will come up in darker ways. That's why we're so deeply addicted. Why our addiction problems in this country in particular, are so bad. And it's because we don't really honor the part of us that does want to get fucked up. And it's like, yeah, of course you want to get fucked up. That's okay. We all want to get fucked up a little. And if you don't, you can be all high and mighty. We all get fucked up on something, even if your shit is yoga or whatever, like you get fucked up on something, bitch. It's just like the health people are like, they use exercise or physical activity as their thing to sublimate, but it's the same thing. The human mind says, oh, because it's healthier, it's better. It's true. That's sort of what I'm saying about weed, but it's the same thing that drives people that are super obsessed with going to the gym as it does that take heroin. Okay, I'm sorry, it's true. Phil Good says the same thing. It's just what it is. If you're like uber obsessed with the gym, you know what I'm saying? Okay, then you got to take a step back. Okay. All right, I rant. Sorry, Shaman's Dream. What's coming up? Because this is supposed to be a love reading, but the plant medicine thing is coming up, is all I have to say. Oh, wow, look at that. Falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. The reason I say look at that is because spiritual narcolepsy is falling asleep. And there's that clarity. Also, number 19 is the sun. That's the same number as the sun, eternal sunshine. Spiritual narcolepsy. So I feel like we've been in a bit of a phase here. We're experiencing some spiritual narcolepsy. I feel like that applies to both masculine and feminine here. Just like we go through these phases of falling asleep, awakening, you fall asleep, you awaken, it's back and forth. It's the yin yang. But we do come to this point where we're going to plateau of, you do already, I guess you come to points of plateauing on your awakening, and then you do stay at that level at some point. Then you might revert back a little, but then you keep sort of rising up back to that eternal sunshine. Watchers, transpersonal. I'm going to have to share these. I'll share these later in the story. You know how I do, because I don't know what they... This one's peeking out. I don't know what they mean totally. Sometimes I know what they mean. Like this one, detox. Yeah, detox. Repairing the body, mind, spirit. I feel like a detox coming in as part of the spiritual narcolepsy. It's like I was saying the other day, talking about like low vibrational sexual connection. Sometimes different things that I'm talking about, substances, the things that we do, and I'm sort of detoxing off some cannabis products, and it feels good. I'm happy. But I've just been eating too many edibles, to sleep. I have lots of reflections about it. It's pretty interesting, the vibes I've been getting about that. And I'm excited now to not be eating as many edibles. But anyway, it's a time to detox. I feel like where all these little things we do on our day to day, whether there are using, it's always about balance too. And the connections that kind of hold us back, things like that. They're all a part of what sort of just muddy our energy and keep us asleep. That keep us from fully awakening back to the eternal sunshine. So me-tox, I like that too, because it's not about detoxing totally like, oh, you have to get all the shit out of your system to be better. It's more like you got to get all the shit out of your system to be you, to get back to you. How do you get back to you? Constantly getting back to you is what it's about. Mindful. Oh, that's so beautiful. Groupthink. What just like a beautiful, like abundant looking card. We're all connected. Groupthink. We are all connected. There's a very like buzzing energy there. Perhaps at the end of this year, a lot of telepathic collective communication. Last one. First breath. Oh, how beautiful. I love when it's the card on the cover. And there it is. Beginner's mind. I like that. Part of the me-tox, when you cleanse and get back to the state of purity too, you're ready to start anew. It's like whatever is coming now, we want to start it clean, fresh. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that stuff for now. Now let's get into the messages for the feminine. We'll just pull the feminine down here. Beginner's mind. I will share that in my story later. Probably all of them. And, I guess I could share it in the post. That's what I'll do, because this is for YouTube. That's what I'll do. But also First Breath, Beginner's Mind 21 is the World card. So there's a conclusion. There's a cycle ending here. What is coming out for the feminine? Right away we have our solar plexus. So, the gift of strength, the number 11. Oh, that's beautiful. I believe in you, Divine Feminine. She's awakening to her eternal sunshine, and it does require a lot of strength. I have been getting strength a lot for the feminine and just in general, a lot. And there it is. And it's no coincidence that we started this week with the reading about the broken heart, the Three of Swords, that being your solar plexus. And here we're moving through it, which the solar plexus truly is your center of alchemy, your chakra of alchemy, of change. You transmute your pain, you transmute the lower vibrations through your solar plexus, through your inner fire, up through the heart, up to the higher chakras. It's really bringing up the energy. And oh my gosh, does it require strength? It does. There's a gift of strength. She has a lot of strength. You're gifted with strength in that sense. Like you are really meant to handle what you are facing. But also I feel like you're being gifted with strength as you move through these different phases. You have more and more strength as you move through it. You're more and more you. The Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands. I like the Page of Wands. I forget the pages are heart-based here. Heart chakra, because they're green. So, feminine getting in touch with her passions. Again, this feeling of, I feel like, innocence. Inner child. Like a purity, like that. And it's in her heart. So, feminine energy here is definitely, I feel like, centered around the solar plexus and the heart. And in that sense, what her heart longings... what she feels passionate about, like maybe what she's looking for, what she's passionate about, not just in a purely sacral sexual way, but what really gets her going in a creative way, in a heart-centered way, like her inner child. Because her inner child wasn't just trying to fuck, you know what I mean? Her inner child was like, because the Page of Wands, the reason I say that is that Page of Wands energy is kind of just trying to fuck. So sometimes, but I like it in this deck because it's highlighting the heart chakra. It's this beautiful, like princess, like fairy-like energy. And that's the feminine really getting back in touch with her inner child and her heart. I feel like a chamber of the heart space is being reopened back to her. It speaks probably to her creativity, like I just said a moment ago, but things you feel excited about, passionate about, ways you can give back to the world, probably your gift, your art, something like that. And that's how we're moving that energy up. So it's not just focused on that, like I was saying, lust-based, you know, connections or things like that. But when you free that energy up and release those attachments, it allows more creativity. It allows more flow through your upper chakras. And may I say too, you might be in a relationship with like a husband, you may, or live in person if you're watching this. And that may still be the case sometimes, where you might need to take a break sexually, you know, and get your energy back. Like I was talking about the cords, and that's okay. Like, we really don't honor, I feel like, periods of, and I just feel like that's probably going to be a theme coming up this year, but periods of celibacy and periods of just like sexual inactivity, and how, what I'm hearing is how life bringing that can be for you, which is counterintuitive because sex is by nature a life creating activity. But if you're not always using it to create life, and you only use it as like an outlet, you're overusing the magical energy of that life-giving force. If you don't overuse that life-giving force through connection with another in a low vibrational way, that life-giving force gives back to you. It moves up through your solar plexus, through your heart chakra. But sometimes, especially if we're in the habit of getting it out through the sacral, we feel uncomfortable if it builds up. We're like, oh, I got to get this out. It's like, no, let it rise up. You know, and I guess in that sense, that's really like your Kundalini rising. You see, action. There's like a deeper root here. Movement, perseverance, discipline, motivation. I feel like in that sense too, the feminine healing her root through less focus on certain things, you know, attachment, and more how to take action, use her root, the strength of her root force energy to pursue what she wants, to follow her passions, to create things in the world. So she's in an energy here of action, and I feel like confidence in the human body, confidence in her body, but also could be a call to, dirty table, to have a little bit more discipline physically, movement, perseverance, and a desire to move forward. I feel like there's a freed up energy here for the feminine, and it's strength giving. It's required strength. But it's like there's a little bit of a fiery, passionate energy moving about her, or going to be, but it's different. It's more elevated. It's elevating. Yeah, to the universal light. That's a soul star chakra card right there. So that really is elevating to a high level. I may share that description later as well, because I feel like it's probably pretty powerful, and just in terms of more of a cosmic meaning and energy. And so feminine, you should know that you are cosmically important, which is why all of this is important. So the things that the divine feminine energy out there allows herself to get caught up in the physical is really, I feel like, laughable. The spirit guides kind of laugh, and because it's like she's so important in ways. So that's why this is really important, and things down to the physical body, the molecular cellular level of the physical body, rest, whatever she can do to care for her vessel so that she can serve the universal light within her, with others. So take that as that resonates for you. And then we're just gonna keep going. I don't want this to be too long today, but the feminine is doing deep work, I feel like, on her physical, on her vessel, and on her soul, in a sense, if that makes sense. That sounds broad, but like healing that old heart chakra pain. I guess what I mean when I say her soul, it's like healing her emotional body pain that's been with her for a long time, that's prevented her from taking action, and I think also prevented her from being more open at the heart space about what she truly wants and craves, you know, in relationship, in career, in the world in general. Masculine here has root chakra energy right away. What does this say? The gift of freedom. Beautiful. Root chakra, another number 3. Number 3. The gift of freedom. Freedom is a big message for me right now. And I said it was a message with the Sag season because Sagittarians like to be free. And I guess a big question for the masculine and anybody out there is like, what is freedom? You know, sometimes we think freedom is one thing, but it's actually another. So there's something about freedom here for this masculine. And it's like, you may fight to be free or think that you're free, but somehow, some way, you feel trapped. Something feels trapped, you know? But I shouldn't say that there's like a negative thing here, but I feel like the masculine here is going back and forth between what is freedom, because I think he seeks freedom in a way, but yet he doesn't feel free, you know? So then Spirit asks you, like, oh, you say you're free. This, me too. I've been facing something real time the last couple of days about myself. What does freedom mean? You know, like, I've come to this place to feel free, and I don't feel very free. So that's asking me, what is freedom? You know, unfortunately, in this being a root card, freedom is financial, as I've mentioned recently. We like to speak so dreamily in these readings, and it's true. All of this energy is true. But so much of what we deal with comes down to money. But then, of course, it's the energy of abundance and realizing if you have enough today, you have enough tomorrow, and you can create more and all of that. But that's a true freedom. And a lot of us, I think, are operating from a little bit of a limited mindset in terms of what freedom really means to us and what would actually allow us to feel more free. So that feels kind of deep. I don't know. Let's see what else is coming out for him. Yeah, money. This is financial. The 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. He has family on his mind, long-term family. Maybe that's too, it's the fight of, or not fight, but just, you know, the dichotomy of freedom versus wanting more, the family line. And I'll tell you, like, we think that once we achieve this, sometimes that we'll feel free, but this can be like the biggest trap of all, no offense, you know, to the 10 of Pentacles. But is the 10 of Pentacles true freedom? I've never really channeled that before. I don't know. I think that that's maybe what he's thinking. I don't know. Debating, you know, but there's legacy here, and it is another solar, the 10 being a solar plexus card. That's interesting. It's the family line and deciding what he wants to create. Feeling pressure, I feel like, though, financially, inheritance, and maybe inheritance coming in for people. And what I want to say, I mean, the tree of life, always with the 10 of Pentacles, but there's another word I'm looking for. But that's on his mind. I think he's dreaming of the future a bit. But there's this push between wanting to be free, wanting freedom, and feeling the need to do everything you have to do to get this. And like I said, that can feel entrapping in a way. Wait, did I do this one? Okay, we'll do this one. Oh my gosh, yes, emotions, entrapping, feelings, expression, moods, balance. Am I fucking reading this or what? Sorry. I get excited about my own intuition. It's very little I get excited about these days. My intuition is a lot of it. That's okay. We like it. We'll do it. We like that. We'll take it. That's a gift. But anyway, this guy is in his head about, he's feeling emotional about this family, money, pressure, freedom, all of it, Mr. Masculine. But that's okay. That's good. This is a match too. Oh, I guess, okay, that's good. 11. Strength, the gift of strength and emotion. So this masculine is processing energy through his sacral chakra. Maybe because attachments have been broken at the sacral chakra, and he's left with his own feelings too. You know, a lot of masculines, they project so much emotion. Nothing against them. I mean, they're kind of taught and trained to do it, and people around them willingly let them do it. So it's really, you know, I don't totally want to blame them, but they project a lot. They have a lot of attachments that feed them. And then I feel like when they're not there, they are kind of stuck in their emotions. So they are stuck, I feel like, thinking about some deep stuff. Where they want to go, their family line, they're feeling emotional. There's energy. I just feel like there's a heavy energy in the sacral chakra for the masculine. Heavy energy in the sacral chakra for the masculine of unprocessed emotions. Something like that. Something related to unprocessed emotions and love. Wow. He has love on the brain or something. I don't know. And tell me that's not funny, that because I'm talking about passion through the heart rather than through the sacral. And that, because I was saying that about the Princess of Wands, because the Page of Wands generally is just like, you know, it could be a sexual card, a horny card, like just wanting to have sex or sexual interest. But I was noting with the feminine how it's at the heart here. So she's trying to change that. And when she frees up her sacral and lets it rise up, she feels the passion in her heart. So does the masculine. When he heals and clears it in his sacral, he feels the passion in his heart. That same passion that he feels in the root and we're talking about freedom. He doesn't feel, that's why there's not free. because this energy at the root is stuck at the root in the sacral. It needs to rise up, especially if he wants the 10 of coins. You have to use it through the heart. I mean, you have to move through the heart. You have to have that passion, that fire through the heart in order to find true freedom. So this is passion in the heart. When you free up again, like I said, it's uncomfortable and painful. We like the instant gratification of the root and the sacral. But when you go through this, it rises up. And the passion that can be experienced through the heart chakra is really something special. Like that's really where your manifestation power comes in. That's where the 10 of coins, like I said, comes in. That's where you're able to manifest that through the heart. You can't manifest a 10 of coins through your sacral. Like you can't. I just don't feel like you can. I feel like you have to manifest that through the heart, where the sacral and the heart work together, where they're willing to work together. It's a more powerful energy. I feel like the energy is more powerful. The more you bring it all up, the more powerful it is. So this masculine is reflecting on that. His emotions, his heart, love, the difference, the blending, what's what. Maybe learning more about himself in that sense. But that's a mirror. The Page of Wands and that love card, that's a mirror with the fire. They're mirroring each other. These two, whoever you think of when you watch these readings or whatever, they're more connected than they realize. Very connected. Very much mirroring each other. Healing together. Whether they're separate or together, whatever. Okay, joint energy. And here we are together, joint energy. I believe this is throat chakra. Yeah, I think so. Third eye chakra. I wondered, it looked a little purple. I am the light of my soul. Number 22, third eye chakra. This makes me feel too like the masculine energy is envisioning the feminine with this third eye. I am the light of my soul. Like very beautiful. I feel like if you aren't feeling very beautiful, feminine, there is a masculine out there that thinks you are very beautiful. I am the light of my soul. You are the light of his soul. This just feels very pretty, it's number 22 and it was 22 minutes just now. Very like the feminine energy in her like blossoming, because here she had the blossoming phase or coming to herself, taking care of herself. Universal light. As she connects and heals these parts of herself, she embodies the universal light more. I am the light of my soul. She has that beauty she exudes. And I feel like this being in the joint energy in the third eye chakra, he sees that. Whether he sees it in real life, in real time, or he sees it in his mind's eye. He's thinking about you. And the Queen of Coins, he is thinking about you. And I love that the queens are third eye also. Yep, they're third eye because the kings are the crown. That's a match. 2 third eyes. And I was also saying how you guys are more connected. You mirror each other more than you realize. This is both people in the third eye thinking of each other. But definitely I feel like just envisioning of the feminine here for sure. The third eye and the feminine. So take that as a resonance, right? Resonates. The third eye and the feminine, the Queen of Pentacles. And in that sense, I feel like maybe wishing you were, because this is I am the light of my soul, and it's the third eye. It's kind of like a dream. It's kind of like a vision. The Queen of Coins is more real. So I think wishing it was more real right now and not just a vision. You know, wishing it could be real. Like really feel, not just see the feminine, but feel the feminine. Oh my God, another third eye card. Is this a joke? I swear to God. Understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. I swear to God. And they're all third eye cards in the joint energy. That is insane. And may I just note how beautiful she is. This chick in the insight card with her third eye open and her center opening to the galaxies. I mean, like, Jesus, she's beautiful too. Wow. Insight, understanding, awakening, self. Oh, and she's got, her, obviously it's a third eye card. There's her third eye. So there's something here with the joint energy in the third eye, seeing each other in the ethers, insight, awakening. This was also the first card we had. I am awake, or I awake, eternal sunshine. That's what this feels like, to the eternal sunshine. He awakens to the eternal sunshine. I don't know. It sounds a little dreamy to me. I don't know, but third eye energy is dreamy. Understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. So there is just, I've said enough. Awakening here, self-awareness. I feel like on the part of the masculine, self-evaluation and more awareness. Same with the feminine, self-evaluation. That came up a lot, bringing more awareness to herself, to who she is, so she can stand in the light. All right, final card for the joint energy. Wow. Root chakra. That's powerful. It may not seem that powerful. It's not a very fun card in a sense, but it's pretty powerful to me because it's like this is this physical healing here. I was saying the feminine healing every aspect of her physical self so that she can embody the universal light. And then we have holistic health, which is really bringing it down to the root, really healing the root, which is what the masculine is healing too, the root and the sacral, the instant gratification, the feeling of entrapment, being stuck down in those low energies. So all of this insight, this third eye energy of beauty, of awareness, it's healing the root. It's healing the body. It's healing these two at a deep level. Holistic health. That's really what is necessary. This is the dreamy, fun stuff. But Spirit's like, because I'm like, great, we got to end with holistic health. They're like, look at what we gave you. Love, third eye stuff, eternal sunshine, universal light. They're like, come on. Take care of your body. For the love of God. But this is healing. It's healing through the third eye and the root. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to what imagination, envisioning, daydreaming, as long as you don't get too crazy with it, you know, how it can actually help you heal the in-between, you know. So the third eye and the root are pretty far apart. Everything in between, when these two connect, you know, when you envision this healing, it's what helps you, I feel like, heal in the middle. You're bringing everything together in the middle. There's something about that. When you self-evaluate your awareness, you're healing yourself at a deep level. Sorry, I keep trying to fix the glare. Even though it may feel like, you're just dreaming. You're just dreaming, or you're just envisioning, it's not real. It's the start. It's the beginning. It's how you start. It's the first step. See it to believe it. You got to see it to believe it. All right. That is all for today. Sending you lots of love. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday and the rest of your week. Love you all.